Hi there, Laurie Conrad here, and I am going to present how to attract qualified clients from the internet without constant posting on social media, blogging, or messaging people. And this is the reason I titled it this is because I see so many people doing these kinds of activities and they think that they're marketing their business, but they're really not. And also they are very time-consuming activities that many times don't give the results that we want. So I am going to show you a different way to attract qualifying clients from the internet, and I am excited to give you this info. So why are we here? And I'm going to move myself down here to this corner. If you're here for not any of these reasons, then feel free to hop off, because this is why I'm going to share with you what I'm going to share with you about internet marketing your business and lead generation. Do you have massive visibility and a steady, endless supply of leads? Because if you do, then you may not need to watch this webinar. Are you tired of relying on prospecting, referrals, handing out business cards, and going to networking events? That's just kind of where I was, and I'll get into my story in a minute. But prospecting is a very time-consuming activity, and some people absolutely love it, and that's great. But what I'm going to share with you is something that's going to leverage your time. Do you want more freedom and automation in your business? And some people don't even really think about automation because they just don't know what they don't know. And I'm going to share with you how you can do some great automation that can give you more freedom. Do you want to stand out from your competition? Do you want to stand out from other people that are doing the exact same thing that you're doing? That is a great reason to be here, and I'm going to show you how you can stand out too. So this is our agenda. I'm going to show you how you can have more freedom in your life and your business by automating some of your lead generation and your sales. And I do this primarily. I also speak at events and things like that, and speaking is a great way to get leads and meet people and stuff. But automating my business is what gives me more freedom, and that's why I do it. I'm going to show you how to stand out from everyone else in your niche and have clients coming to you using Facebook advertising, and also additional strategies that go along with that. And I'm going to show you the biggest mistakes I see entrepreneurs make on social media, and I'm going to show you my proven 5-step formula to attract your ideal clients. So here we go. First, I like to talk about why are the strategies I'm teaching you so important. And it's number one, because the internet has changed everything. Before the internet, everybody had a phone, they had print advertising, they had radio and TV if they could afford it, which was not affordable for most average business owners, solopreneurs, and things like that. Radio is a lot cheaper than TV, but print was a lot cheaper. You know, classified ads a lot of times were not so crazy expensive, and people could use classified ads, but generally people were taught to prospect, network, get referrals, you know, and grow a business that way. But basically the internet has leveled the playing field for everyone, because if you want to have your own YouTube channel and have your own TV show, you can do that. No one is stopping you. You can do it. And the same is true for other social media. You know, Facebook, Instagram, you can do videos every single day, and nobody's going to stop you from doing it as long as you follow Facebook's rules. And you can get tons and tons and tons of exposure, and it's for free. You know, it's free. Now, I'm going to share with you that you're going to get way more exposure if you use paid ads, but basically the concept is the playing field is level for everyone. The internet has changed everything about growing a business, and you can leverage that. As I mentioned, the playing field is level now, and one of the things I like to mention about that is that, you know, you can run an ad on Facebook for $5 a day. That creates a level playing field. You don't have to be a huge business to have an advertising budget and to advertise and be out um, in your local area or nationally or even globally for a very small marketing budget. You want to be the pursued instead of the pursuer. This is why I'm teaching you this, that it's so important. So many people are prospecting, right? And it's basically chasing down leads, pursuing people, meeting new people all the time. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. But think about it. Would you like it if your ideal clients were coming to you? If they were reaching out to you instead of you constantly going after them? That's why I think this is so important. And traditional advertising and networking is less effective and very time consuming. I want you to really think about how many hours a week, if you're really networking and you're really doing it and prospecting people, how many hours a week are you doing that? And what's the return that you're getting on that time that you're investing? Social media is here to stay. Don't get left behind. People that are using it and using it the right way are the people that are going to win. And it doesn't mean you need to be a guru or some kind of Hollywood celebrity type person on social media. You do not. The only thing you need to do is resonate with your target audience. And that's why the playing field is level, and that's why it's so awesome, because you can be yourself. You don't need to be anybody else. And that's part of branding and things that I get into with my clients. But I don't want you to get left behind from the whole social media reality. Okay, so who's Laurie and why should I listen to her? Very, very quickly, I spent 25 years in corporate, and then I left in 2007. I started my own consulting business. It was kind of in the health and wellness industry because I wanted to be home with my kids that are there, Brian and Kate. And this is my sweetie, Sophie, too. She's gone now. But I did that because I wanted to be home. I wanted to work from home. I wanted to be able to work from anywhere. And I grew my business the traditional way, by prospecting, by tables at events, by referrals, networking, all the kind of stuff. This is 2007. I wasn't even on Facebook yet, I don't think. I wasn't even really aware of social media. And then I got as time went on, I got really tired of kind of the roller coaster and the ups and downs and the constant being away from home. I didn't want to be away from home all the time. And so it took me a while. In 2012, that was when I discovered online marketing and how I could leverage the internet and have clients coming to me. And I hired a coach. I hired a really high ticket coach, who was very successful on the internet. And, but I wanted to jump over the learning curve. I was already in my 50s and I didn't want to wait. I wanted to learn fast, and I was very, very committed. So everything I'm going to teach you tonight is what he taught me way back then in 2013. And what I've implemented, I've generated tens and tens of thousands of leads for my own business, multiple six figures. And that doesn't even count the leads that I've helped my clients generate. So I'm not showing you something I just learned in a book a few weeks ago. I've been doing this since 13, and I've been coaching people since 2016 and teaching other entrepreneurs how to market their business online. So I want you to think about how you get your leads now. And I also want you to think about how much time does it take you? Is it 30 minutes a day? Is it an hour a day? Is it 20 hours a week? One of the concepts I want you to be aware of is, if you could prospect, what would be the maximum time you could even do it per week? Okay. So if I was going to prospect, what would I do? I don't know, 4 hours a day, maybe. I mean, that's a lot, right? Prospecting. Say you could even do 8 hours a day. prospecting people. It's tough to prospect people at night, right? Unless you're going to an evening event. But like once you hit 9, 10 o'clock at night, you know, people aren't going to be picking up the phone or doing anything like that. It's going to be the day is over. But when you run ads on social media, your ads are running 24/7, 365 days a year. So when somebody can't sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning and they're on Facebook, they can be seeing you. They can be seeing your ad. That's me because I'm left-handed with my pen here. Okay, so just keep that in the back of your mind and then let's move forward. Okay, so I'm going to get into my 5-step formula. This is what Jonathan, my mentor, taught me, and this is I use the same 5-step formula every time I do this, for every campaign that I create, and this is what really works. So step 1, I actually call this enlightenment. Because for me, I was completely enlightened when I heard this concept. I was taught to talk to everyone, okay? And we don't do that online because we're very focused. We're very targeted. We define an avatar, and it's just a fancy word for your ideal customer. All right. And your ideal customer is someone that you don't need to convince or persuade. It's someone who may have already bought something similar, or this actually, you know, very much the same as what you offer. It's someone that can afford your services or your products. It's your ideal customer. We want to get as close to that as we possibly can. And so we do this in a couple of different ways. By demographics, and also by the problems that you solve, the pain, the frustrations that your ideal customer has. Because, you know, they exchange money to get their problem solved, and we are their solution. So we want to know what their problems are. What problems do we solve? When you know all of these things, when you actually write it out and make a list, you will have lots of copy for your marketing, messages, for all your messages, so that you can really resonate with your audience, resonate with your ideal clients, and attract them. Then we also use demographics, and those are the easy ones. Those are like age, is it women or men, are they married, single, divorced, if that matters, do they have kids, do they have a certain education level, a certain income level, are they in a certain locale. I mean, you know, all the demographics that you can think of. And every marketing system will have basically one avatar, because the more focused you are on that avatar, the easier it's going to be to write your ads and to create the rest of the marketing system. Because if you try to talk to everyone, you're really going to be talking to no one. All right. And marketing campaigns will fall flat if you're just talking to everybody. So if we're selling anti-aging skincare, we're going to speak specifically to women, probably over the age of 45 or 50, and, you know, get very focused on who you're talking to. If you're talking to, let me think. I always use the anti-aging one because that's so easy. And so, for example, you would never include, you know, men age 18 to 25 if you're selling anti-aging skincare. It wouldn't make sense. So that's kind of a really dramatic example, but that is step 1. That is defining your avatar and really getting honed in on who your ideal client is. Step 2 is, okay, Laurie, so how am I going to attract those ideal customers? We do it with something called a lead magnet. We want to magnetize our leads, right? We want our leads to come to us, and we want to magnetize them somehow. And the way that we do this is with a free solution to, one of their problems. Could be a couple of their problems, but basically if you solve one of them, that's fine. And in exchange for that free solution, we're going to ask them to give up their email address at a minimum. I like to get name and email. That way I can address people personally. So a lead magnet can take many different forms. It could be a video, it could be a PDF, it could be an ebook, it could be a free report, a checklist, a template. There's all different forms that it can take. But basically it's something like, for example, 3 ways to look 10 years younger by your high school reunion. Or 3 ways to look 10 years younger by Saturday night. Okay, so this is the title of your lead magnet. All right, it's a bold promise, it's compelling, it's curiosity based. Gee, how can I look 10 years younger by Saturday night? That's crazy. How can I do that, right? You want to create enough curiosity and have a bold promise so that people will want to exchange their email address and opt in for that free solution. And those 3 ways could be you talking in a video and demonstrating something. It could be a PDF. It could be, a fancy ebook. It could be whatever you want it to be. But this is what we do. We give out free information that's really relevant to our target audience, to our ideal customers, and that attracts them to us. And here's a few more examples. 7-step formula for generating more something, what your customers want, by avoiding pain, doing less of what they don't want. Okay? 90-second video on how to critical benefit to get the result they desire, free plan. Fill in the blank thing that will make my customer's life easier, template. The ultimate save me tons of time swipe file. And if you don't know what a swipe file is, swipe files are what copywriters use to get inspiration when they're going to write marketing messages and sales letters and things like that. 60-second critical benefit to get the result they desire plan. 60-second way to stop cravings before you eat the apple pie or something like that. 101 best time-saving resources. So whatever is relevant to your audience, your ideal client, is what you want to create your lead magnet around. Step 3 is having an autoresponder. See, now we're going to collect all those email addresses, and I'm not real good with this pen. So we've got emails, we've got email. We're collecting all these emails, right? And what Jonathan taught me and what I'll teach you is that the money is in your list. And very, very few people take advantage of this. Online marketers, we all do it because we know the money's in our list. And we take the time to put everybody in our list. And it's like a CRM, an autoresponder, but it's a little different because the purpose of an autoresponder is to write one email and send it out to everybody in the list, all these people that are here, okay? So you write one email, and it allows you to follow up with everybody by just doing one small piece of work. And the purpose of having that autoresponder and having everybody in this database, in this list, is so that you can continue to give value to them 80% of the time, and 20% of the time make offers. And that's so that you're not constantly pitching the same thing over and over again. And then people will just stop opening your emails and they'll unsubscribe and they're done. But if you give value to your client base, you give them tips, you give them insights, you tell them stories about testimonials, stories about even just your life, so they get to know, like, and trust you. The purpose of email marketing is to get people to know, like, and trust you more, and also make offers and make sales and constantly follow up. The fortune is in the follow-up, right? And so the money's in your list. And so part of the system is having an autoresponder to keep track, and your autoresponder will also keep track of like how many people opened the emails, which people opened the emails, and all kinds of cool stuff that you can do. Now, the one that I use, people always ask me, you can get a 30-day free trial at get-aweber.com. I've used it for years, and I've tried a couple of other ones, and I just like it the best. It's simple. It's very easy to set up and get started and get going and send emails out. And so that's why I use that one, and I recommend that one. So step 4 is to create a funnel. And if you've never heard of a funnel, I'm sure you've probably been through at least one in your lifetime. And it's when you see somebody offer a free ebook, for example. That's a really good example because ebooks have been around forever. But if you want the free ebook, you have to opt in, right? And so we opt in on something called a capture page. It's also called a landing page or a squeeze page. And your headline is at the top. That's the name of the lead magnet up here. And then there's a box for you to type in your email. And then there's always a button to click on. And when you click on the button, your email goes onto their email list. Okay? So if you want the lead magnet, you type in your email, click the button, and then you go on the email list, and then we send them to a thank you page so that the person knows that I got your email, I sent you the ebook to your inbox, so please open up your inbox, so that they'll start opening up your emails. And it's just a nice process, which is why we call it a funnel. They're going from step 1 to step 2, and some funnels have many more steps than that. But a basic email, grow your email list funnel is just 2 steps. You offer a lead magnet, and when they opt in, you confirm for them that you've sent the ebook to them. And the other thing that you can do is actually make an offer on the thank you page. So depending on what you sell and how you sell it, you can also, make an offer on the thank you page. This person is paying attention to you right now. They have, they typed in their email, they clicked the button, they've come to the thank you page, they're looking for the ebook. If you want to make an offer, you can do that. And I've made tens and tens of thousands of dollars putting offers on my thank you pages. So that is just a real basic funnel. And here's an example of a really basic capture page. It's pretty ugly, but you would be surprised. Some ugly capture pages can do really, really, really well. And this one is really simple. Yes, Frank, show me how to create my book funnel free. Enter your best contact information below to get your link to watch the full day of training. So that was the lead magnet. It's a full day of training. And you enter your name and email, you hit the button, and it's very simple. Here is one that's a little fancier, it's a little prettier, and it gives an image of the lead magnet, my favorite top 10 beginners yoga pose. And it looks like it's a really cool, pretty, DVD or book or something. And here's your capture information, and here's your button. And then this is the lead magnet. This is the title. So they all follow a similar format, and some are just prettier than others. And here's a very simple thank you page. This is, it's not beautiful. but we have lots and lots of templates to create these funnels with, and you know, these are just a few examples. And the software that I use to build my funnels is ClickFunnels, and you can get a 14-day free trial at get-cf.com. And you can try it out, and you can see all the different templates and how, you know, how it works, and and give that a shot too. So step 5 is targeted traffic and leads. And we've got our funnel built, right? We've got our capture page. We've got our thank you page. Now, what we need is as many eyeballs as possible on our lead magnet, on our capture page. And, you know, when you're prospecting, it's really the same thing. Prospecting is getting as much traffic as possible to what you offer. So when you go to a networking event, you talk to as many people as you can, or the ones that you think, you know, are going to be the most relevant to you and what you offer. You know, that's what we do, right? What I like about this is that it's working for me while I'm sleeping. It's working for me while I'm doing other things. And I don't have to be somewhere in order for it to be working. So targeted traffic is the fastest way is pay-per-click advertising, PPC. And you can do that on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, you know, Bing. I mean, there's so many different platforms that you can do paid advertising on. But that's what Jonathan taught me. He's like, the fastest way to build your list and the fastest way to get people coming to you and interested in you is to use paid ads. And as I said before, you know, you can run ads on as little as $5 a day. And of course, the more you spend on your advertising, the more people get to see your stuff. And that's just how all the platforms work. No different than TV or radio. You know, if you want to put an ad on the radio in LA and in Orange County, it's going to cost more than if you probably just do it in Orange County, right? So we want to get as many eyeballs as possible. And Facebook and Instagram are my focus and what I teach. And I do that because most people are on Facebook and they understand it better. It's not a complete, you know, dark cave that they don't understand. It's a little easier to understand than Twitter and some of the others. So and just there's so many people on Facebook, and 99.9% of all of our clients are on Facebook, and it's rare that they're not. So even if they're, you know, a top CEO of a company, their wife could be there, but they're there to see their kids, their grandkids, whatever. You know, maybe not in all cases, but for most of us, our clients are on Facebook. Okay, so here's one of my multi-six-figure funnels that I ran. I ran it for almost 2 years, just on autopilot, total autopilot, you know, 25, 30 leads a day. This is my ad. This was my capture page, and this was my thank you page. And as you can see, I branded myself here. I put a picture of myself, which I do highly recommend, maybe not in all cases, but in a lot of cases. And when I write the copy for my ads, I don't make it sound like an ad. It sounds usually like a story. And we always hit the pain points of our ideal client, so they know that we understand how they feel. And then we show them a solution, which is the lead magnet. And so for me, this was actually about generating more leads and getting a free training to learn how to use the power of the internet, very similar to what we're doing now. And then on my thank you page, I had an offer, and when they clicked the yellow button, they went to a sales page, and there was a $27 offer. And that $27 offer ended up having lots of upsells, and so it was extremely lucrative. And having an offer on your thank you page can help fund your advertising budget. So it's always a smart thing to do, because then you're recouping, you can recoup, all of your ad spend if you have a good offer on your thank you page. So we like to say you're one funnel away from everything that you want, and at the very least you can really step up your lead generation and get some more free time in your life and in your business. And this works for every industry I've ever worked in. Real estate, loan officers, all kinds of physicians, wellness professionals, practitioners, acupuncturists. It doesn't matter. You all have value to give to the world, and then people are attracted to the value that you give. Sales professionals, coaches, all brick and mortar businesses, restaurants, furniture stores, gyms, salons, jewelers, doesn't matter. There's a lead magnet for everybody, and we can attract those people. Okay, here is a specific social media strategy that I use and that a lot of us use as internet marketers. How to stand out from everyone else in your niche and have clients coming to you using Facebook advertising 24/7, 365 days a year. So step one is, when you first run an ad on Facebook, the people that you target, most of them aren't going to know you, okay? Because none of us are really celebrities, right? We're not household names. We call that cold traffic. The people who are going to see us are cold. They don't know who we are. And so the first ad to run is one that educates and gives value and starts to build your audience. And it's a test. It's a test to see how interested your audience is, and see how they respond to you and all that kind of stuff. And so we actually build the audience of people who are either reading that post or watching the video. And I encourage you to use video, because then people see how you speak, what your personality is like, and how you present yourself. And believe me, social media does not need to be polished and perfect. I know a lot of people do videos out there that are fancy with intros and outros and all this stuff. You do not need to do that. You can just get on your phone, record the video, and give great content, and then say who you are and what you do, and have a very, very soft call to action. And what I mean by that is that this video, this ad, is supposed to just give great value and not have a big ask. So I wouldn't ask somebody to go to my funnel in my ad number 1. I would just say, if this was helpful to you, share it with any friends that it might be helpful for them too, or comment below if you have any questions or comments for me. Something really soft, not big. Step 2 is that these people, you've started to warm them up to you. They're starting to know who you are. So in ad 2, you can retarget all of these people that in that audience that you built that watched your video or went to a post if you gave a link in that ad. And here it's a warmer audience, so you can make offers. For example, I would just make an offer to go to a free lead magnet. I wouldn't say, oh, buy my stuff. I probably wouldn't do that, because they don't know me that well. They're just starting to warm up to me. And then in step 3, you can retarget the people who saw ad 2, because they're people that have watched the ad in ad 1 and watched the video in ad 2. So they're much hotter. Okay. So you can invite them to an event. You can maybe, invite them to something that's paid that you offer. you can do all different kinds of things. And that's what marketing is all about. It's about testing to see what your audience will respond to. But this is a great strategy to take people from cold to warm to hot. And depending on how many ads people see and how much they resonate with you is going to determine how quickly they go from cold to hot. And giving great value is always one of the best ways to get people from cold to hot, because the more value you provide, the more free information you give to people, the more they know, like, and trust you. Okay, so the biggest mistakes I see people making on social media. I think I mentioned this earlier. Thinking that posting on social media is marketing your business. You know, I hear it from entrepreneurs all the time. I post all the time on social media and nobody likes it and I don't get any comments and, you know, nothing's really happening. Well, part of that is because Facebook changed a couple years ago. It's probably 3 years now. I can't remember exactly when it was. It was at least 2 years ago. It's probably 3 years ago. And it used to be that when you had a business page and you did a post, you know, 30 to 40% of your fans would see that post. But now Facebook is so big, they don't do that anymore. Only a small percentage of your fans are going to see what you post on the page. And Facebook has become pay to play. So if you want to get more exposure and more visibility with your posts, you have to pay and run ads. And it's not a bad thing because it improves the platform, you know. People that are willing to put their good content out there and have people see it, they're willing to pay for that. So posting is really not marketing. If you're advertising, you are truly marketing your business. Some people will have great organic reach. That is awesome. It takes a lot of effort, and you're never going to get the same reach that you get as when you run ads, even if you're doing $5, $10 a day. Not understanding the platform. Okay, Facebook is different than Instagram, is different than YouTube, is different than LinkedIn. LinkedIn really isn't even social media. It's online, but it's not really social. And we won't get into a LinkedIn discussion, but it's much more business-like. You know, social media is social. You know, people want to see cat videos, they want to be entertained, they want to be educated, and they want to be inspired. So when you do your posts and you know, boost that post or run an ad to that, you know, it should be inspirational, educational, or entertaining. And when I say entertaining, it doesn't mean you have to be an entertainer. It could just be a story about something that happened today in business and you solved your client's problem and this is how you did it. Or it could be a testimonial, something like that. That's entertaining for people. They love stories. You know, stories sell, facts tell. Not taking advantage of video and lives, you know, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube has lives now too. Video is king. Video is continue to be king. If you're afraid to do video, I get it. I totally understand. And it's so funny. Some of the most wonderful, wonderful entrepreneurs I meet are still so afraid to do video. And what I tell them is, video's awesome because it's do-over. Okay? You can record a video from your phone, and if you like totally mess up, you can just delete and start over. Okay? You don't have to upload it until you like it, until it's ready. The other thing about social media and video to remember is that if you all of a sudden lose your train of thought or you do a blooper or something, it's okay because it's social media. You are not on, you know, Hollywood, you know, Entertainment Tonight or something. It's not like that. You can goof up and people understand and you'll recover quick, you know, when you're doing lives. And people really appreciate authenticity. You just want to be authentic. You want to have good lighting. And you want to look into the webcam. You don't want to be looking over here. You actually want to be looking into people's eyes and just pretend there's a you know, there's somebody out there that wants to hear your message. And when you really get into the mindset of, you know, my ideal customers, they really need what I have, right? That person is right behind that little webcam thing, and they're right behind there, and they need to hear your message. So if you get in that mindset, it makes it a lot easier. Being boring or salesy. You've probably all seen this, you know, you get on YouTube and you watch a video or Facebook and they're talking like this, and they're, you know, they've got a window behind them and their face is dark and you can barely see them. I mean, it's just awful and it's boring. Or they're just being really salesy and, you know, just they turn you off. That's a big mistake. Okay. So don't do it. And know that when you do video too, a lot of times you need to kind of talk faster than you would a lot of people talk real slow on video, and it's not their normal way of talking. So it just takes practice. Okay. Oops, here we go. All right. So we're on to our summary. Here we go. So automating lead generation and sales gives you more freedom in your life and your business. Advertising allows you to stand out from everyone else in your niche and have clients coming to you. And the fastest way to build your business is leveraging social media advertising. It is faster than prospecting. I know this to be true. And for me, I like to go faster than slower. That may not be for everybody, but I wanted to share with you how you can leverage social media. And I hope this has been very helpful. And I look forward to answering any questions that you have on this presentation, and possibly seeing you at another one live that might be helpful. So thanks for being here, and I look forward to any questions that you have. Thanks.